Alright, how's everybody doing? Some of y'all know me by Double J454. Some of y'all know me by Jeremiah, the weeping prophet. And I ain't saying weeping because I'm crying. I'm saying weeping because I'm crying out for all of us. I'll speak up for the ones that don't have a voice. Alright, so first off, I want to say peace reflections, always bringing positive energy and elevation. And I like to say reflections because we out here flexing. You know what I'm saying? We out here flexing. Did you know you can heal yourself by grounding though? First of all, let me explain what grounding is. It's the physical condition of the human body to earth, the connection of the human body to earth. And involves, transferring of the earth's electrons to the physical body. We are carbon beings residing in a 3D form. Yeah. This right here is an avatar. When you die, it don't go with us, you know what I mean? So you can go ahead and say bye-bye to whatever this is. But by mass, our body is comprised of 99% of just 6 elements, which 3 of them happen to symbolize 666. Spooky. Halloween, right? I know. Not really. People should only be afraid of the lack of knowledge, of self-consciousness. This represents 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 6 neutrons. I've got to say, over the years, they have handed out dogma tracts or books. Religious teachers and hierarchies talk about if you don't do this, you're going to hell. That's BS. And yes, let me touch the screen. And yes, hell is real. But that's a whole nother subject, and we ain't doing that right now. You see, I got my glasses on because we about to go to school right now. I don't understand why they preach fear to us a good majority of the time by saying do this or don't do this or this will happen. Really? You want to scare us into religion with wordplay? People ask what the 666 regards. People only associate it with the devil, but the fact of the matter is that it makes up the key elements of our physical body. I always assumed that all Freemasons are Christians, and I also believe that the Bible is the primary word of God. When they pledge it is done on a Bible, it is possible that is a big misconception among the masses. I was doing some digging in the Matrix, and here's Johnny. Right on. If you visit the ScottishRite.org, you will find these words regarding the Bible. While it is a requirement that each member believe in a supreme being, it is not important how one expresses the very personal belief. Okay, a little crazy. Further, there is no dogmatic system in Freemasonry. Shut the front door. We better quit playing. Quit playing with me right now. No dogma? Y'all didn't want to hand that track out, did you? Where was that track? I ain't see that Bible track come through. It said it in a whole nother format, didn't it? Yeah. Confusion of this secular nature of Masonry, however, has been a common misconception for many years. Most likely this misconception is due to the holy book that sits on the altar in the middle of the Masonic Lodge. In the U.S., where the population is mostly Christian, the holy book most often used in the lodges are the King James Version of the Bible. Now, don't get me wrong. They do a lot of good, but why not? You're free of dogma, but yet you whitewashed your version into the Holy Bible. Thus, I myself was bound to believing also. You set up 3 main religions back in the 1800s, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Sorry, try that again. And did you know they are connected through the line of Abraham? The story goes like this right here. Touch the screen again. Abraham and his son Ishmael are supposed to be the founding fathers of the Arabic people. That is where Islam started out of Abraham and his other son. Oh, there it went. The story, sorry about that. Story goes like this. Abraham and his son Ishmael are supposed to be the founding fathers of the Arabic people. This is where Islam started out of Abraham and his other son Isaac, who he had with his wife Sarah. Okay, you got that? So, we have Abraham and his son Ishmael first. Then, I guess Isaac second with his wife, Sarah. But Isaac was the one who brought the people out of the Jewish nation. And then Jesus, who the Christians proclaim to be God in human form, was born out of the Jewish nation. Got that? So that's where the similarity comes from. The next thing is Judaism. Christian and Islam come from or are also a monotheistic religions. Monotheistic religions, all of them claim to worship the true God of creation, who is all powerful and controls the universe. They share the term monotheism, which means now the view of God does vary in the sense that Muslims and Jews believe that God is one singular. Christians, on the other hand, are compounding the sense of the term. What I mean by this is one made up of multiple, hence the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Alright? But still pointing to one God. Another similarity is a belief in the supernatural, which is guidance of history as well as God being very active throughout the human history, and his interactions with human beings as an example of this world would be God inspiring new prophets to share his messages with people, God giving people visions, God sending angels, all stuff, of course, that impacts humanity. We can agree and stress that there will be a judgment day where everyone will be given keys to the city. Heaven being the blue pill, hell being the red pill. They both equal the special covenant with God, is what we're taught through Christianity. The covenant of Judaism was made through Moses in Christianity, and it was made through Jesus, and Islam builds through the Prophet Muhammad. Christianity accepts God's covenant made by the Jews, but generally believe it was superseded by the coming of Jesus. That's why you'll hear Christians say the New Covenant or the New Testament. Similarly, Muslims recognize Judaism and Christianity. However, Islam is believed to supersede all others and invite Jews and Christians to believe as they do. They share a common belief also in all, if not most, of the biblical prophets. We're talking Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, you name it, as well as King David and King Solomon. And others who are not really considered prophets. We're talking about people like Mary, the mother of Jesus. The scripture of the three Abrahamic religions also have similarities too. The Jewish holy book consists of the Tanakh, T-A-N-A-K-H, and the Talmud, T-A-L-M-U-D. I'm a country boy, I don't know all this stuff. I just get downloads. And Christians adopted the Tanakh for their Bible, but it's called the Old Testament. Now the Quran also tells similar stories like the crucifixion of Jesus. However, it's told differently, and Muslims believe that the scriptures of the Jews and Christians were corrupted, and the Quran has the most active narrative of similar stories like the crucifixion of Jesus that formed in the New Testament of the Christian Bible. Well, Joseph Smith Mason is the founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Like, I'm getting into it, folks. I know it's a long video, but it's gonna be. You'll see why. I don't want to leave you hanging here. So just bear with me. Make sure I touch the screen. Whoops. All right. All right. Anyway, the Christ of yes, Joseph Smith is the founder of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and he was a Freemason. Now his brother Hyrum Smith was also a Mason and a member of the lodge in Palmyra, New York, and their father Joseph Smith. Smith Sr. was also known to be a Master Mason in Canandaigua, New York, as early as 1818. I can't say that name for nothing, but it'll be all right. Well, being the prophet and the president of the church, Joseph joined the Masonic Lodge in Navajo, Illinois, on March 15th, 1842. Now, he's rising to the level of Master Mason just a day later as he's being recognized as the Grand Master of Illinois. Masonry was those people in the church who, even though they were new to the faith, they were members of the church. Even those who within the ranks of the church leadership, they were already Masons. Eventually, what was that, over like 1,500 of the church members were Masons in just Navajo alone. More than the other towns in the state, many were Masons across what I like to call whitewashed America. Many early officials made up this BS dogma y'all have been confined to through these religions that feed on fear. I'm not saying there's no truth there, because if there wasn't, you wouldn't believe it at all. There is truth in there. But, so, instead, you get samples and taught not to question, just to believe blindly with a childlike faith that you have our best interest at heart when the churches were set up through the years. I gotta take this candy out. It's killing me. Rhubarb barrel's lasting forever. Hey Nick, will you please bring my water? Thirsty too. Alright. So eventually over 1,500 of the church members were Masons alone. More than all other towns in that state. Many, thank you. That's a good stuff. All right. Many were Masons across what I like to call whitewashed America. Many early officials made up this BS dogma and ran all the towns and still do in every state. Y'all been confined to through these religions to feed on fear. I'm not saying that there's no truth. Like I said, if there wasn't, y'all wouldn't believe it. Instead, you get samples and taught not to question, just to believe blindly with a childlike faith that you have our best interest at heart when the churches were set up through the years. I posted a short video already. Once again, that is a topic that is a whole nother subject in itself. I'm talking about fear. Religion is a box they put the masses into to be able to have total control without question. Always question. Question me too. Shit, I ain't scared. Question me too. Like, back in the day, churches were hanging and burning witches and mages alike across the lands, while our elites and Masons studied the practices within the confines to only have a spell on America today. But something to think about, right? Something to think about right there. The church tells us not to do so-called witchcraft spells, altars, rituals, sacrifices, you know, repeat words over and over, seances, drink blood, cannibalism. But now I want y'all to think about this. The church had us drinking the blood of Christ as symbolic and the bread of his body as flesh. I don't know. I don't know. But in my mind, that connects to the church. They would call that naturally like paganism, or maybe even Norse Viking. I don't know. Even and it's a ritual. When they get done preaching the sermon at the church, what happens? They have an altar call. Altar call. Y'all got your seatbelt on for that one? Boop, 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 boop. Rashid Jamal, I appreciate you. Boy, I had to put my seatbelt on for a few years, so now I'm getting people to strap in. Because right there, that was a near miss. Free that man if he ain't free yet, by the way. The world has been lied to, and I'm here to change and break that cycle and curse. President Washington, Ben Franklin, and the signers of the Declaration of Independence were Masons. All Masons are the cornerstones of the communities we live in. So we have the slab of truth, concrete slab, with the cornerstone of the Declaration of Lies set before us, but not for us, once again, boxing us in with lies and fear. You know what I mean? You hear what I said? It is set up before us, but not for us. You get what I'm saying? Like, hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Once again, boxing us in with lies and fear. Hence, now we all work for them. They control the money that does not suffice the labor of the dollar. The dollar ain't real. It never really had a value to equal the cost of living. Since even think about was it with Rome or whatever? They were taxing the hell out of everybody. I think that's who it was. Like the Caesar, one of them. I mean, let's be honest here. I've been done gave you all the facts. You know what I mean? What are your Rice Krispies saying to you out there in virtual land? And still to this day it goes on, folks. Like, I'm trying to get y'all to realize, quit doing this here or doing this right here, just looking straight ahead like you are a robot. You are a robot. Wake your ass up. Wake up. You're doing what you're told. You ain't never questioned nothing. You better start questioning. You better start asking questions. Who are you? Why don't they want us to connect to the earth? Think about it. Think about it. Why are they putting all these chemicals in our food? You should be mad right now. I'm mad. It's all going to come out in the wash, though. I mean, come on, people. You don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You believe that? Let's see. I got to find my place. We got me hot up in here. All right. We have been under the rule of lies for how long? Step out of the box of religion. I would say go spiritual. Heal yourselves from the deceit. Remember Peter Pan? Well, Peter Pan, wake up, wake up. Well, guess what? You can fly. Yes, Peter, that's you. You can fly. Because the Bible tells me so. Isn't it in Matthew that it tells me I can move mountains? Everybody's mountains ain't the same, are they? If I was only to have a childlike faith, it says, to grow that mustard seed. It's funny, they take it back to the earth in their parables, don't they? Which takes me back to saying, get back into your roots. You want to fix the problem? You got to see the root of the problem is. From there, you can figure out what you need to exterminate, cut off, splice together. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm splicing together. I'm connecting. But when we're splicing together, we're going to say and have the childlike faith like that is some theta waves. Dream big. We are what the stars are made up of spiritually. That's why they put shoes on our feet so we cannot connect to the ground. We can't heal. The earth grounding us out would be make good inflammatories for our swollen joints and taking in that good prana. Now, you know what I mean? Now I'm going to take you a little bit deeper. You are a celestial / carbon / entity. Celestial, carbon / entity. Look it up. When I say entity, the first thing y'all think is evil because of that crappy programming and that download you've been given from the definition of entity. The definition of entity is a thing with distinct and independent existence. That don't sound so scary. All you had to do was educate yourself. Don't be scared to open a book. They told you don't crack this book, don't open this book. It's witchcraft. Man, your witchcraft. Your witchcraft. Correct yourself. Don't worry about me. I got me. That's the problem. Every time God is trying to heal me, y'all got your hands on the population. So it's getting... What's happening? I ain't got to say no more. Like, come on. I'm here but to lift the veil, snatch the wool off the wolf. Now who's who? Who's who? So who are Christians really serving? Is it Zeus? I don't know. Is it Zeus? I ain't say it. I was asking a question. Listen to me, friends and family. Star seeds. Everything they build houses out of, and our shoes and clothes make it so we cannot connect ground out. They don't want us to connect up or down, do they? They'll do everything they can. They are poisoning our third eye and our pineal gland, for those who don't know, with fluoride in the water, in our toothpaste, and other products. But look, I'm going to get off that just for a second. I just got to say, Teflon pans, tinfoil cause cancer, they say, right? It's not good for us, but it's okay in small doses. It won't harm us. Well, when you give us these items as tools to cook with, and also put out other sort of, and also put out another short about, I also put out another short about watching your food and what you eat. Sorry, I'm not good at following. Some of the fruit and or the food you may be buying could be carrying radiation, but you didn't recognize it because you were looking at when you were at the stand holding the fruit. If you read the small print on the sticker on the mango says produce of Mexico 4961, but the sticker is like, you know what I mean, that thing is peanut size, by the Cabela Group, and it says it's treated by irradiation in small print. Why does that not seem to be the big factor when cancer is a leading cause of death in America, along with malpractice being third, I believe, leading cause of death in America, as I have fallen victim to it. As you can see, one string might not be very strong. If you're hanging off the edge of a cliff with one string, you're probably going to snap and die, right? Yeah. It even says in the Bible, when things are twined, not just rope, we're talking spiritually and physically, that there is strength in numbers, along with other cancer-causing things like concrete and shingles. When I read the label on these, it's so funny. It says, in the state of California, it may cause cancer. Well, daggone, in my mind, you know, as long as I stay out of the state of California, it ain't going to cause cancer. Well, let's see. Y'all see what I'm getting at anyway. You either get it or you don't. the bookwork is up to you. Remember, all is mind. Now you understand why cancer is the leading cause of death. We are getting poisoned in small doses, but throughout a 24-hour period of the day, how many times do we come in contact with cancer-causing items in our small doses? Or items that will cause other variated diseases. You don't need fluoride in your food. You just need some high alkaline foods, fruits and veggies. Shit. Try some tamarind. Try some Havaka. Havkah. Why do you think alkaline water is good for you? Because of the minerals in it, the properties it carries. Each property carries its own energy. It carries the minerals we need for our light bodies. Light bodies. Yes, we are energy. Remember, remember, remember. We are multi-dimensional entities. That's what y'all forgot about. Y'all all good because I got you. I'm a starseed, and I'm here to fix your error code for all the people out there going bonkers. It's because our laws make no sense and so on. They created these crappy downloads on a loop that were set up for failure to keep us in the system they call the Matrix. It's real, people. You better wake up. Words are made from vibrations on vocal cords that are used to speak and create our existence. Hold on. There we go. All right. Now, the law of nature kicks in with cause and effects, right? Then we move on to the... I thought the camera's got to turn off. Then we move on to the law of conservation that says energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only converted from one energy to another. And again, I'm going to say it. We are light beings from the star system, sent here to raise consciousness of the planet to evolve. We need to have love for all things because the all is mind. So this means our body system always has the same amount of energy unless it's added from an outside source. Also, a person that weighs around 70 kilograms and that's around 150 something pounds, I believe, and contains a total mass of 0.2 milligrams of gold. Also, your body is made up of roughly 60% water. That's why they don't sell it like that. Doctors don't want people to know that repairs our cells because real water, living water, alkaline water promotes life. It's a process to get alkaline water. My girl drinks alkaline water pH 9. I'm not going to say it's the best because if you turn the bottle over and look at the ingredients, it says reverse osmosis water. Reverse osmosis water. That don't sound good. So what they're really telling me is that you really lied to me. It's not truly alkaline, but a man-made reverse engineering of the process, which you were just running it basically back through a simulation, and through that simulation of reverse osmosis, the water is charged and you're not really getting the real. Once again, we are getting the fake, another half truth. Look, people, I can't make this stuff up. The proof's in the pudding. I hope y'all like pudding because there's a whole lot of... Can I get a Ralph Smart? Can I get a hello? Slow motion. Thank you, Ralph. I want to get a shout out. I Am Awakened, Ralph Smart, and Rashid Jamal. Good inspiration. Check out their videos. The water needs to flow through, over, and around in the pores of the rocks with resistance to the alkaline the water. Peace always meaning positive energy and elevation reflections. To the spellcasters out there, I break this fear. I break this curse of fear and submission. For it is not of the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. I break these chains of bondage with a heart of gold. My question is, if the church is serving Jesus, the Son of God, then who are the ones we are talking about serving the Masons? Who are they serving? I'll tell you, self-greed of I know something you don't know. That shit's crazy, man. The G stands for Gnosticism at the Lodge, not just God. It stands for Gnosticism, God, and geometry. Hence the Trinity. Why have y'all taught us to serve one way, but yet you serve another behind closed doors with secrecy? So many questions. Who's serving Zeus is my question. Who's serving Zeus? I'm just putting it out there. I'm leaving it up to you to do the homework. I'm just giving you some tidbits to chew on. I'm a Gemini, I'm a Sigma male, and y'all pissed off the wrong starseed. I'm coming for the truth. 3D and infinity and beyond. I don't know. I don't want y'all looking left. I don't want you looking right. I don't want you looking up. I don't want you looking down. I don't want you looking forward. I don't want you looking backwards. But within and without. That's what I want you to look. I want you to look within, without. Go 5D. Go within. Go within. Find yourself. Find out who you really are. Start asking questions like why you've been lied to. Now you're starting to see what 5D looks like. 3D doesn't serve us anymore. We are in a transformation and a renewing of the mind and consciousness. If you haven't noticed, we've had different galaxies come into our eye view lately as we stare at the moon, which is causing a planetary shift of the Earth is evolving. In doing so, it is outgrowing the spell we have been under, and now we have a workaround as planet Kai assists us in the awakening process. In this lecture that I've given you, I've handed you the keys. You can choose to stand out in front of the door, or you can go open it. Nobody can make that choice for you. I'm here just to give you that option to plant the seed and leave you with the watering can. All I can do is plant the seed. You got to water it. You understand? In the Bible, it was really Zeus saying, drink of my blood and eat of my body. It was referring to the alpha draconian reptilians that are unable to sustain themselves on Earth. See, the reptilians can't handle the sun. And that goes back, I'll show you, in 1985 in some of these comics I got. It was a part maxi series. I've got, from like number 2 almost to 12. On the bottom page, it says on some of them, to steal a sun. Let me show you. So I know where I'm at. Let's see what we got here. All right. So that's the first one. That's volume 2. This is volume 3. This is volume 4. Five. Is that a reptilian? Alright. I was just checking. The rescue. Alright, what we got here? Number 6 says Book 3, The Rescue. All right, right here. Let's see. All right, check this out. Right there. To Steal a Son, Book 2. Who are they fighting? The Draco Reptilians. They always put truth out there right in front of your face. You ain't seen the movie Avatar? This is number 11, right here. The last battle. Look who's laying on the ground, huh? What happened? And you wonder what happened to the Bifrost. Oh, y'all don't know about that. All right, now look, I want you to check this one out. What does that say? Captain Atom. What does it say at the bottom? This is Pops. He might be more powerful than Captain Atom. He might be more powerful than anybody. This is Pops. Anyway, and then we got the Guardian Galaxy. And to the victory. And to the victor, the shield. See, that's where they kicked Captain America's ass. People, these characters, some of these characters are real. Dyson Inheritance, Part 2 of 4. Neptune. And the last one we got here, the Venus Press Edition. This is just, I don't know. I hadn't even had a chance to look these over. I've been busy. Anyway. Alright. So. Alright, see what y'all don't realize, this is bigger than us. See what y'all don't realize, this is bigger than us. Right? We are small on the scale of the multiverse. To begin to understand, you would need to understand a macro type mind and stop thinking micro. You understand? Macro, micro? It's a whole nother scale. There's a galactic spiritual war that has been going on behind the scenes that you were never told about unless you read comic books. And then your parents would just tell you that was some BS. They'd be like, that ain't real. That's fiction. You know what I mean? They just made that stuff. That's nonfiction. They made that stuff up. Nah, it was a little bit of truth right in front of your face. That's how they do you. Right under your noses. What were you doing? What were you doing? Huh? Whoop. Well, you better look straight ahead. Don't you get off that path. You stay right there. Don't move. Yeah. Nah, we diverting. Error code. Error code. Blue, 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 blue. Yeah. Error code's going off, ain't they? Everybody's starting to realize now. You see, the Draconians wanted to get rid of the sun to destroy or steal it away from the planet because the Dracos are after our life force. The Dracos can only eat of our life force. That is why they chase us carbonated beings. Carbon is a lower form of melanin. Your skin was not always this complexion. You know what I mean? All of us have a different complexion to us. They took the hydrogen out of the air. Now we breathe the oxygen. And basically it oxidizes our skin. It rusts our skin. You understand? It makes it change colors. Just like in the movie Avatar, our skin was the same. It was red, blue, green. Think about it. Think about a campfire, right? Think about a campfire. When you're sitting around the campfire, what color? When you're staring at the flame, what color is it? Red, blue, green, yellow. What? I mean, what are we talking about here? All right then. But let's see. Yeah, I suck at reading. Y'all just gonna have to get over it. Hence, the carbon puts off the colors. Now you tell me why we are not those colors when carbon equals those colors. If you put on fake jewelry, what happens to your neck? What color does it turn? I'll let y'all answer that. What color is your veins in your blood before oxygen hit it? Blue, green, what you want to call it? Okay then, enough said. So I noticed something else from the comic books I have in 1984. There was that Captain Atom. Think about it. Adam and Eve, and I say it again, think of your body, atoms. So why are the elites hiding this info? The fact of the galactic war that's been going on for eons, the government is finally starting to show some face and forced into telling us the truth, that they have been conspiring and working with aliens and entities for as long as we can remember. But again, it's all witchcraft. And I'm talking about the Queen too. And you know, but again, it's all witchcraft and paganism. When outside the government or church, as here we sit and watch CERN is no secret, right? And doing its rituals, smashing atoms at light speeds, recreating the Big Bang and opening portals to other dimensions of time. They had to put everything in plain sight, right in front of your face, because they knew that we, as people, would only look straight ahead. Don't you divert. Straight ahead and not look down under our noses to see what the stench was, with a hologram of what is supposed to be right in front of our faces. You can't have a lie without some truth in it, or you would never believe it. The church is basically having you do blood sacrifice rituals and altar calls for your soul to a God you've been downloaded about. Zeus is not a myth, nor are a lot of the other ones like Thor. Thor's real. Thor was black, as was Jesus. He was black in dark color. He wasn't white. Like, you sit there and you go to some of these churches and they got stained glass windows. You know, like I said, there's just nothing worse than me walking in a church and there's stained glass windows and then there's a whitewashed Masonic Jesus up there. Basically, every Sunday, y'all go into a church as a collective whole to do these rituals and altar calls and energy transfers. Could it possibly be a possibility that the church is serving Zeus? I'm asking. I'm not stating, I'm asking. So before anybody gets offended, I'm just asking a question. I'm curious soul. Since when did cannibalism and acting like a vampire have to do with Jesus? I never seen that in his teachings. Oh, that's right. I forgot, because they told me so. That's the song goes. Because the Bible tells me so. That's what I was getting at. The same people that created this religion. So how many vampires will be doing communion this Christmas? I can honestly say Jesus has been painted through the church as being the one true Savior, while they're telling you about one, they have you serving another though. But once again, you're not looking straight ahead. Once again, you're looking straight ahead and can't see what's right under your noses. Because who wrote the King James Version? Now y'all are starting to get the picture. Jesus was only supposed to be depicted as showing you the way to eternal life, not he is the way. They're telling you that his ways are truth and life, which is the fruit of the Spirit. At no point in the Bible did Jesus actually say, drink my blood, lick my feet, all that stuff. I'm just saying eating my bread. I'm not saying really lick my feet. I mean, he might have done it. I don't know. If anything, he was saying, I stand before you as a man, giving us guidelines on how to live as a prophet would. We are all sons of God. Why do you think the Masons are doing what they're doing and we're doing what we're doing? They know they have kept us in bondage and spiritual change, which leads to obviously these physical change which we carry in a spiritual fashion. You wonder, boy, I'm going to say that again, which leads obviously these physical chains we carry today in a spiritual fashion. You wonder why all these kids are disappearing to places like Oregon, Washington State, and so on. These reptilians need the life force. These elites work for them, which the reptilians are from the Draco star system. And all these acts of sacrifice are really sacrilegion to the real God, the true God. How does the church have us practicing magic but forget to incorporate the word magic in church while we're doing it, and want to call it other stuff with wordplay? So what I'm really trying to say is we are serving Zeus in church. Jesus was a prophet, the same as the prophet today in New Age. Do y'all realize we have the pyramids here in the United States also? Do you think it's by accident or for show? Remember, the movie Rocky, those stairs he ran up, there was a pyramid right there. You know why we were programmed with the downloads we've been given from 1st grade to 12th grade? Is to listen and accept without question the so-called knowledge given, when all in reality, the majority of the stuff you teach us will never be used. Can I get a like and a share? Peace always meaning positive energy and elevation. With love, Peace Reflections. Mic drop.